Good morning, everyone on YouTube. How are you? Happy Tuesday. We're going to let in Periscope and Facebook and momentarily. Just giving YouTube, they always get the notifications late for some reason. Guess YouTube doesn't want them to join. Hey, Hugh, good morning. How are you? This is a No Echo Tuesday. Jamie, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Welcome, welcome. How is everybody? Letting everybody on Facebook in a little bit early so that you make sure that you get the notifications. Now we're going to let in everybody on Periscope and Facebook Live and get this news started. Good morning, ABA. Good to see everybody. Come on in. Sally, how are you? Jax or Jaylyn? Thank you, Hugh. Thank you. Carmen, good to see you. Sally, good to thank you for tweeting and inviting people in. Nicole, how are you? Flag Day is tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, Taco Tuesday, Hugh says. Watch 16, how are you? Angels, good to see you. Please, if you will, swipe and invite your followers. That would be great before we get started. Periscope's a little bit slow in the notifications, I think, this morning. Hey, Beck, good to see you. Keith, good to see you. Barbara, hello, hello. Tori, Amanda, Wendell, how are you on Facebook Live? Good to see you. Bryn, good to see you. Robert, good to see you. How is everyone? Yeah, I think so, Hugh. It may be. Does anybody know if President Trump's birthday is coming up tomorrow? It's a Periscope delay from update in comments. Periscope likes to delay a little bit. Hey, Marlene, good to see you. All right, everybody. Good to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's tomorrow. Somebody said the president's birthday may be tomorrow. Sent my card out to the White House already, Beck said. Good for you, Beck. Jess, Chrissy, how are you? Good to see everybody. Okay, so let's start off today. I'd like to start off today with reading Psalm 112. So if you happen to have your Bible with you, turn to Psalm 112. It's the blessed state of the righteous. Good morning, Carmen. Praise the Lord. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who delights greatly in his commandments. His descendants will be mighty on earth. The generation of the upright will be blessed. Wealth and riches will be in his house, and his righteousness endures forever. Unto the upright there arises light in the darkness. He is gracious and full of compassion and righteous. A good man deals graciously and lends. He will guide his affairs with discretion. Surely he will never be shaken. The righteous will be in everlasting remembrance. He will not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is steadfast, trusting in the Lord. His heart is established. He will not be afraid until he sees his desire upon his enemies. He has dispersed abroad. He has given to the poor. His righteousness endures forever. His horn will be exalted with honor. The wicked will see it and be grieved. He will gnash his teeth and melt away. The desire of the wicked shall perish. All right. Happy Cafefe Tuesday, everybody. Thank you, Hugh. Appreciate the compliment. This is the day the Lord has made. Absolutely. Thanks, Bryn. All right. So today is the day that we're going to see Attorney General Jeff Sessions going in and doing what he needs to do. After Comey's testimony, he decided that he wanted to go in and testify. So what is everybody thinking? How are you feeling about that? It's going to be this afternoon at 2:30 Eastern. Any comments on that? Hey, Marcia. Thank you. Are you feeling good about Sessions going in there? So excited. Okay, Chrissy says. Truth. Yes, we need to get to the truth. Think it will be good? Hopefully so. I know, Sally. Absolutely. Trump is not in trouble. Trump hasn't done anything wrong. Hopefully, yeah, it's going to go well. I just heard moments ago, there was sort of a breaking news report that Rosenstein says there is absolutely no reason to remove Mueller at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, President Trump said, or a friend, Chris Ruddy, came out and said that President Trump is thinking about removing Mueller. Now, I don't think he has the authority to do that, for one. Carmen said, hoping he comes out with big truth that benefits our side. I think that Mueller needs to, the only way he can be removed that I know of right now is Rosenstein. He has the authority under the federal regulations to remove him for conflict of interest or just about any other reason he wants to. And he has just said he's not going to do that, that he doesn't feel that there's a reason to do that. So, we kind of talked about this yesterday, and I think it's going to be up to the American public to put pressure on the office of the DOJ to drop this. Because the way Rosenstein is explaining this is, I want the American public, most of them, Joey, I want the American public to feel confident in the outcome, and feel confident in the fact that there was no obstruction of justice or anything of that sort. So I think it's going to be up to us to rise up and say we want this stopped. We as taxpayers don't want our money spent on a wild goose chase or a witch hunt. And this is, make no mistake about it, it is a witch hunt. It really is. Because you've gotten all these people, to come together. I mean, Mueller is out there hiring Democrats, basically people who have donated to the Democrats as attorneys. So all of these people have connections to the Democrats and the DNC. And a lot of people think that right now that Mueller's just doing the work for the DNC. And that's all that it is. And so we need, if we don't say something as the American public, then Rosenstein is not going to do anything. Exactly. We don't need any more proof. We already know Amanda says that everything is fine. And that's true. Begging to kick out Sessions so transparent. Yep. Coup attempt. Yes. Subtle coup attempt, I guess you can say. And it is something where, again, I don't know if we need to start a petition. I don't know if we just need to keep on speaking out about it. But there's no way in this world that you could come up with the fact, yeah, he is the fox in the henhouse. There's no way that you could not look at this and say there's a conflict of interest. I mean, we've talked about this before. When you're talking about their relationship between Mueller and the relationship between Mueller and Comey that dates back to 2004, where they were friends, they worked together, one replaced the other. That plays an attempt to prepare the public. Hey, Wanda, good morning. Good to see you. And I think that we need to start a petition. Mueller will hire 100 gunslingers, but the righteous will win. And Carmen, it's not so much about the fact that, like, most of us know that there's nothing to it and President Trump will come out vindicated, but it's just that it is a waste of our taxpayer money. It is a way only to appease the left. Is all we're doing. I mean, that's all that Rosenstein is doing. Those are the only people that are questioning President Trump. Nobody else. So who wants to start that petition? Carmen says it's urgent. Mueller is going to set up a war against Trump. Trying to grind him down. Exactly. And not only trying to grind him down, but trying to grind down the American public. Make no mistake about it, that this attack on the president is an attack on all Americans. It really and truly is. Because as this goes on, as this stretches out towards 2018 and 2020, it is not allowing the president to get done what he needs to get done. And when the president gets done what he needs to get done, we are the ones that win, or we are the ones that suffer. So I want to, does anybody want to step up, and who knows how to do the petition wants to step up and get that petition started? Hey, Nancy, good to see you. No volunteers? I think Nancy would be good at this. Carmen wants to try it. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's the other thing. You could get rid of Rosenstein. He could be fired. He should have been fired. Nancy, I'm saying we need to start a petition asking for the removal of Mueller and saying that the American public, the majority of us, don't want it. Keith, we want to get a petition started to tell Mueller, to send a message to him that we want this investigation stopped, that we want Mueller removed. Start a petition. Petitions work sometimes. Well, they didn't work under Obama, but they certainly will send a message that otherwise, how are we going to get our message out? The only other way we can get our message out is to perhaps, do a hashtag. Exactly. And we need a protest. Well, protests are fine if you can get that many people together. A lot of times people don't want to get out and protest. They would be, better sitting at home doing something on the internet. Yeah, whitehouse.gov, I think, is where the petitions that you go for the petitions and to start one. Yeah, it is unbelievable. It's part of the plan. Hey, Merlin, good to see you. Um, the AG can close Mueller down, but in this instance, it's Rosenstein. And Rosenstein just said he is not going to remove Mueller. He finds no reason that he should be removed. And I think what we should do as well, we should also in that petition at the same time demand that there be a special prosecutor, one that is neutral and actually independent, that we get a special prosecutor to go look into. No, Trump can't remove him. To go look into the Clinton Foundation, to look into Comey, and how he may have obstructed justice with Attorney General Lynch, and how she may have also obstructed justice. That's where we should be looking. Hey, Cully, good morning. Hey, Deb, good morning. This is not what we should be looking at. This is not where we should be spending taxpayer money. We should have done this a long time ago and gone after Clinton, Attorney General Lynch. We didn't know as much as we do about Comey, but that's what we have to do. Good to see you, Debbie. So, I mean, if we don't do this, if we don't get something started, I mean, we hear about this. I mean, last night Hannity talked about it. So all we're doing is kind of talking, and we're saying this is incredible. Why do we not know this? I think that the attention, I don't know if you can do that petition. It's going to go to the White House. I don't know any other way to get to the DOJ except through a petition. If anybody has any better, ideas, let me know. But I don't know of any other way. I mean, I guess you could call his office, but I don't know how good that's going to do. He does have the power, Patrick. He's the only one really with the power. I think it's 26 CFR. I talked about it yesterday. I can't remember the exact statute that he has the authority in, but I think it's 26 CFR. Oh, here we go. 28 CFR 600.7 in parentheses small d. Well, that petition needs to have 100,000 signatures on it before it can go to the White House. So, I mean, if we can we not get 100,000? And Keith, starting with the state representatives, I know it's a good idea, but you know what? I don't think they're going to go and talk to the DOJ. I really don't see them doing that. Mueller is connected to Comey in a big way since 2004. They've been described as brothers in arms. And, again, you hear Hannity talking about how this is a conflict of interest. And other people are talking about the same thing. And even Chris Matthews saying there's no obstruction of justice. Well, if there's no obstruction of justice, what are we doing? I mean, because Mueller is hired to go after the whole Russia narrative. And he's not going to be looking at, brothers in lies. There you go, Chrissy. He's not going to be looking at the Clintons. He's not going to be looking at anything else. So, I mean, we've got to get a way to get our voices heard that we want this whole thing stopped. Right now, again, people like Hannity are talking about it and other people, but unless you get the American public behind it and tell Rosenstein, send him a message saying this is not what we want, then he's going to keep going. And, the whole thing is really, it's so ridiculous. Mueller, in the very beginning, should have said, thank you, Kim. He should have said in the very beginning, no, I've got to recuse myself. Look, I know Comey. We've worked together. Comey's a witness. He's going to be, called as a witness, which he already was. I don't feel comfortable in doing that, and there's a conflict for me, so I can't do it. And not only that, but look at this. He went and Comey talked to Mueller before he even went and testified. What was said? Did Mueller tell him what to say, how to say it, what not to say? The new FBI director, yeah, he would have the power to do that, but how long do you think? Hey, Robert, how long do you think they're going to stretch that out? If they know that he has the power to do that, or you think they're going to get him in there? They're not going to do it very quickly. Exactly. I mean, this whole thing. Thanks, Robert. I love the pink there. This whole thing is supposed to be about obstruction of justice and about Russia interfering with the election. And Carmen said, yeah, she believes that he was told what to say. I do too. Courts, yeah, Rosenstein it was a planned thing for him to talk today. It was supposed to be Sessions talking, and he instead sent Rosenstein. It's like it's a no big deal type of a thing. It doesn't have anything to do with the Russia investigation. It's only about federal prosecution and all that type of thing. So I mean, we have if anybody can figure out how to best get the message to the DOJ, let me know. If it's tweeting him, if it's calling the office, I don't know if you're how much you're allowed to do that, but maybe so. Maybe that's what we need to do because we need to send the message. Get this guy out of here. Jay Sekulow last night was on with Hannity, and he is working on the team. Um, he'll be working on the team for President Trump. But, there shouldn't be a team. He does have Trump's ear. There shouldn't be a team. There should be nothing going on. There should be no investigation. So, I mean, we need to figure out a way to get the message out there. They're not, obviously, the DOJ is not listening to Sean Hannity. Sessions will be on at 2:30. 2:30 Eastern time, Nancy. And he's going to be testifying, and that's going to be another circus. I mean, basically, he wanted to testify because Comey testified that Sessions had spoken with the Russian ambassador, a third time. Traps are set, the whole thing. So there's the number 202-353-1555. 202-353-1555. That's the DOJ's office. And if you could put that up again, if somebody could put that up on YouTube, that would be great. The number for the DOJ's office is area code 202-353-1555. I see somebody said that they thought that would be a waste of time. Do you think it was that in light of calling the DOJ's office, you thought that would be a waste of time? Do you think, what does everybody think about that? Area code 202-353-1555. Website doj.gov. You can go through that, but calling is better, I think. Comment line is 950. I think we should flood that number. Because again, they're not listening to people like Hannity and other people in the news. They're just not. If they were, they would already know. Everybody's said there's a conflict of interest. Greg Jarrett of Fox News, Hannity has had people on every single night, and every single one of them has said that. Yeah, probably I think it would be faster. Um, it would be faster to go ahead and call, because then that would be something where they would absolutely, get it right now. The thing of it is, I don't know how many people will actually pick up that phone and call. If you're not going to pick up the phone and call, one or two of us calling is not going to make a difference. It's going to take a lot of people. It's going to take a huge number to show them that we are serious about this. And yeah, always be polite. I mean, just basically you're telling them, and the main number is 202-514-2000. 202-514-2000 is the main number for the DOJ. And if you call, just tell them that you believe, whatever you want to say. I would say that Mueller has a conflict of interest. He always has. He's friends with Comey, and that he's already testified that there was no obstruction of justice, and that you feel that the American public, it's a waste of taxpayer money, because it is a waste of taxpayer money. It is a witch hunt. There is, for 10 months, 9 to 10 months, they have gone after the president, saying that there's some collusion with Russia and there's obstruction of justice. Now, nothing, there's not been one factual piece of evidence that would make any reasonable person believe that there needs to be an investigation. This is a witch hunt. They're hoping to find something. And remember that Comey manipulated this entire thing, sending now make sure you get this right, sending the content of the memo, not the memo itself, because we know how important that is to say the content rather than the memo, but sending the content to his friend to have it tweeted out in hopes that it would bring about a special prosecutor. And yet, again, I know, but again, he wasn't concerned with Lynch telling him to call it a matter. Yeah, and he emphasized content. But as everybody has said, he said he went out to the government vehicle with a government laptop and wrote this content. So it would help if everybody called all at the same time. It's going to flood. It's going to flood the office, and it's going to make a big impact when all their phones shut down, and it's one call after the other. That will make a bigger impact than if we just do it throughout the day. We could all try to call when this is over at the same time. We could do that. What division would it be? You could just say to them, who knows? It's when you appoint a special prosecutor, it's supposed to be criminal, right? So it's supposed to be that you're looking for a crime. So I don't know. There's no crime here, and I'm not sure where they would have it. It's supposed to be, yeah. That's why you have a special prosecutor. You're looking for a crime that's been committed. That's what they're doing. I guess when you call, you could say, you want to be connected with Rosenstein's office, or, and what it's in regards to, and see if they can put you through to the right people. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Office of Public Affairs. I don't think that's it, but I don't know. I think it'd be best just to tell the person that, yeah, Comey committed a crime, possibly, Beck. Four of the lawyers Mueller has in his counsel contributed to Hillary's campaign, according to Asher. That's what I'm hearing, Asher. MoveOn.org has ordered the Dems to flood the DOJ lines. Oh, that's great. That's great. See, they're always much more proactive than we are. They really already have everything in line. We have competition. Yeah, we do. And if we don't do this, see, we stand back and we go, okay, well, Hannity's talking about it, or okay, somebody else is talking about it. We don't need to do anything. And so while we do that, here come the Democrats. They already have all these people lined up, and they're flooding the phone systems all day long. Yeah, they have no jobs all the time in the world. That's true. They got nothing else to do. They get paid for it most of the time. Harkin lies on Sunday. Call to resist. I know. And remember, this is these people at the Organization for what was it for America, um, the OFA. These people they've been trained and they get paid. Organization for America, Organized for America, whatever Obama's thing is called, I forget. Oh my gosh. Hey, Susan. Yeah, that hashtag's a little bit long. Maybe just hashtag remove Mueller. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want him removed. Comey wanted a special prosecutor. His buddy got it. Yeah, exactly. And he knew his buddy might get it. It's their training month. Yes. Organization for Action. Isn't that what the OFA is? I try to put everything that Obama does out of my mind. So, no Mueller, no more. ah, Mueller must go. I mean, whatever. This is just ridiculous. Can you imagine how much money? I mean, he's gone out and he's hired these what was it, 4 more attorneys, some on a part-time basis. Can you imagine how much these people are going to get paid? And how long this is going to last? I mean, think about this. He has not even started. He hasn't even started the investigation. Hashtag remove Mueller. Yep. No, special counsel, special prosecutor. It's interchangeable. It's special counsel. Is what it should be, or independent counsel. It was kind of weird to the conversation, Carmen. That's why I didn't repeat it. Mueller be gone. Yeah. Wake up, Rosenstein. I mean, come on. And you think about it, Rosenstein, he served under Bush, but he last served under Obama. So he's an Obama holdover again. And I know, they're not supposed to be partisan, but they are. Comey is proof of that. So, he's hiring more people just like himself, Mueller is, and he's bringing them in, and they're all going to sit around and look through. What are you going to look through? You should be looking through everything that Lynch did, everything that Comey did, everything that Hillary did. Yep, I know, Big Ralph. That's what we were talking about. That swamp runs deep. That swamp is deeper than anybody can imagine. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Comey's friend has got to go. Yeah. The DOJ numbers, Shauna said the main numbers are 202 514 2000. And another number she had was 202 353 1555. Yeah, it would have to be right after this at 12. Rod Rosenstein page is missing off the DOJ website. Okay, now that's a little funny. Comment line is 202 353 1555. Yeah, I mean, they want to go and get Trump for anything. There's been a lawsuit, and I don't know the particulars, but there's been a lawsuit that's filed. Let me see if I wrote that down. 2 lawyers filed against President Trump, saying basically, essentially, what it says is that he put all of his assets in trust, right? So he doesn't get any of those or get to manage them or anything while he's president. Well, they think that that's not good enough. They want him to divest himself of everything that he owns so that when he gets out of being president, 4 years, 8 years, whatever the case may be, that he won't get benefit from it. Because they say, well, you're getting benefit right now from the fact that you have your assets in trust. And, oh, by the way, we think there may be a pay-to-play scheme. Now, they didn't think so under Hillary. That was fine with the Clinton Foundation and people working for her as Secretary of State and setting up times for them to actually talk to her. That was different. Ooh, there was no pay-to-play there. Even Jello citizen. Yeah, I mean, so... Yeah, everybody was okay with Hillary. She could do no wrong, no matter what. And again, we need to look into that. We should have been looking at the Clinton Foundation. It is frustrating, Robert. It really, really is. I mean, again, if you haven't read Partners in Crime by Jerome Corsi, please read that book. You will see that the allegations of corruption are so deep there. And he names name. He doesn't hold back. he goes for it because I mean he's serious about this, and he was on. I know he was on Infowars yesterday talking about it again. And I tell you that he'd better watch his step. He knows too much. They are just going to keep coming after Trump, Big Ralph, because that was their intent in the first place. We need extreme justice. What we need is justice. I mean, we're not getting any justice. And I don't know if you guys saw Maxine Waters at the in L.A. at the Gay Pride Parade, sitting there talking about impeach Trump, how bad Trump is. No evidence, no proof, but just running her mouth as she always does. And people go, "Oh yeah, that's so wonderful. You're so great, Maxine." Yeah, we need to use the laws we have. We really do. Carmen says this is like the boyfriend that blames you for cheating because he knows he's cheating. Hillary took money from everyone. Huh. I know sometimes it kicks you out, Susan, and then you have to just come back in. Yeah, so I mean it's really odd what's going on, but the bottom line is it all comes down to they just want to get rid of Trump. Yeah, we should abolish the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, but they're never going to. And Maxine is an embarrassment not only to the House but to the America. Uh, yeah, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. I mean, they block again his President Trump's travel restrictions after they amended it using what they said needed to be in it. So, I know, Nancy, I'm telling you, Maxine may very well win. Left is trolling and the right is losing, not as bad, but still losing. Tillman, we were just talking about that. We are not as organized. We really aren't. Waters wants to unleash Sharia law onto us all, Robert said. Robert, I don't even know if she knows what Sharia law is, to tell you the truth. I can't waste will SCOTUS overturn it. I don't know what you're. I never dreamed that they would do this because he wanted outside as a president. But doesn't this tell you how thick the swamp is, how evil the swamp is? These people are trying anything that they can do to cause trouble for this president. I know Maxine doesn't even know what day it is. I really, she and Nancy, I don't know that they know. They want to destroy Trump voters. It is poison. Comey DOJ under Obama. Yeah, he served under Obama. They don't want him to be president because if they give him a chance, they're going. I mean, look at all what he's done, the good he's done so far. They don't like that because the more good he does, the more his chances are for coming back in 4 years, and again, for another 8. I mean, for 8 years total. Wait till SCOTUS overturns the lower courts. Yep, I just voted for Corey Stewart in Virginia. Okay. They are truly setting the tone for what we will do when we don't like something they do. But Nancy, we won't do that. We don't come out and we don't do those things. I know Trump is trying to get our country back and to make it really good and to make people win. Omar Navarro is confronting Maxine. Don't think anyone else stepped up. Yeah, and nobody's supporting him, Robert. Unless he gets money behind him, I don't think he has too much of a chance. I mean, I know that he's got the millennials all worked up, but the millennials aren't the ones that are going to be out there voting. Somebody else should have stepped up to run against Maxine Waters. I just think that it's maybe her district. People aren't interested, or maybe they don't live in that district. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you didn't see people doing, under Obama, we weren't crazy like this. Exactly, Big Ralph. He's not offering free stuff. I don't know if it's guts. I just think that nobody else really cares, Amanda. Or they think that Maxine Waters, I mean, she's had this whole district of hers tied up for years. Yeah, well, anybody would be better than Maxine. Because the left just can't the left doesn't want to know that they lose. They don't want to admit it. They can't move on. Office of Legal Counsel. Shauna has something else put up there. Do you know about the two beheadings in Cabo San Lucas? No, Nancy. Tell us about it. There is one other person running. Heard Omar said, "Oh, really? Okay." They want to get Trump out, but I mean, you have to have facts in order to get somebody out, and that's what they're doing now. They're looking. It's a witch hunt, looking for anything that they possibly can. Because Republicans think if they play fair, things will change. That's right, Asher. He's got to surround himself with adults that have money and success in business. True, Robert. Democrats are trying to bring back slavery, Jennifer said. I don't. How's that, Jennifer? Uh, why didn't they put Hillary in jail then? Because Trump just wanted to move on. He wanted the country to move on, and I think that was a mistake. We should have gone after Hillary as soon as he got in. Should have gone after Hillary and done the whole Clinton Foundation investigation. Yeah, everybody looks at Mexico and thinks Cabo San Lucas. Oh, this is a wonderful place. You got drug cartel all over the place. Maybe Sessions will do that now. I don't know. Here's the thing, and I think honestly what they're doing is that they're thinking, okay, well, we really can't go after Clinton because it's going to look like we're just giving, going back after him. We're seeking revenge, and it's going to cost the taxpayers more money. I don't care. Go for it. Do what's right. Yes, it's not retaliation when you're going after something that is absolutely staring you in the face and saying there's evidence here that there may have been, crimes committed. That you have something to go on. It's not just we're talking about it. There's so many things that you can look at. So go and investigate that. Find out if there really is something there. Were crimes committed? Were people in the Clinton administration, under her when she's Secretary of State, were they making calls and setting up people under the Clinton Foundation and pay to play and all that other stuff? Find that out. There's enough links there to appear that there could have been something done that was wrong. I mean, it's much more evidence, if you will, than what we have for President Trump, and yet we're going after President Trump. So we should at least point a special prosecutor. And you know what? Appoint someone that is absolutely a staunch conservative, and see how they like it. Yeah, Trump wanted to let bygones be bygones. Yeah. Hillary and Chelsea Clinton would probably be in trouble for what went on at the Clinton Foundation. A lot of people would be if those allegations can prove to be true. But again, if we're not even going to take a look at it and take the time to go look at it, then we're never going to get anywhere. And again, I think that Trump has to just say, "Hey, we need to do this." And I'm seeing something right now, breaking news. I'm not getting all of it, but it's saying that the American that was freed from North Korea is in a coma. So I don't know if anybody can check that out. I don't have the ability to do that right now. Yeah, he was freed from North Korea. That was the American from the university that's been there since 2016. But I'm reading that he's in a coma. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, Rodman's going back over to North Korea. Maybe they'll keep him. That would be great. Dennis Rodman, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if something happened in transporting. Yes, that student, University of Virginia, I believe it was, but it's the only one that they had captured in 2016. He's been there since 2016. Yeah. So you're reading it, Ralph. To that, are you seeing? Is anybody else seeing about the news? Is he in a coma? And anybody know what for? They said he was ill. Okay. You can only imagine. Can only imagine what he went through for almost a year now in prison in North Korea. He's in a coma. Okay. Did they say why? Somebody's saying that he is in a coma. Dennis Rodman, is he trying to help us? Or is he nuts? Carmen, he's been there before. Dennis Rodman, maybe just be nuts. I wonder if it's because of torture. Could be. I mean, the last picture I saw of him was his head, hanging down as they were walking him out, and I thought that was a recent photo, but it really, thinking back about it, it really didn't say. But I saw it this morning. He said he was trying to open a dialogue. Dennis Rodman. Stranger things, man. I'm telling you, it's the times that we live in. They said Dennis Rodman goes to North Korea. If they return our citizen back to us in a coma, game on. Organs probably shutting down. I mean, again, if you ever find that, and I don't remember the name of the trained as a hitman documentary, but if on the life those people lead over there in North Korea, it's the most hideous thing you've ever seen. I think Dennis Rodman, he must be treated like a king when he goes over there. That's what I'm thinking. Dennis in a wedding dress. I know. uh, we still have Dennis Rodman, and we no longer hear about Carmen Alexa. So what's up with that? Oh my gosh. And why would she marry him? Like, what were you thinking? It's one of those things like, what were you thinking? Really? Oops. That's going to fall. Sorry about that. You're probably seeing the fan now. Everything moved. What about Mueller? What about him? We've been talking about him. He's not going to get rid of Mueller. Rosenstein's not going to get rid of Mueller. Fame, baby, fame. Yep. North Korea releases jailed U.S. student who was sentenced to 15 years. Video and article. Yeah, we were talking about that, but for some reason I think that he's. We're trying to figure out why he's in a coma. So, interestingly enough, it should be really interesting today with Sessions because um, Judge Napolitano, as somebody had said earlier, it puts him in a very difficult position because he is the U.S. Attorney General and he's also being questioned as an individual. So there could be a possibility that there's a conflict of interest that arises between Sessions sort of protecting himself and or protecting the President of the United States. And if that happens, what is he going to choose to do? So that's a pretty impossible thing. You think Sessions is weak? Well, a lot of people say he comes across weak. I don't necessarily think he's weak. I don't think he necessarily delivers well. So we'll have to see, how he appears today. But he's a little bit too polite and not maybe aggressive enough. Should have never recused himself. That was a bad decision. Hope it's not one. Well, the problem is, again, we talked about it before, when you go to counsel and they tell you that you should recuse yourself because there's a conflict of interest, listen up, Mueller, then you don't really have a choice because under the bar, the legal, for attorneys, if you have a conflict in ethics, you could lose your license. The testimony today, Hugh, is at 2:30 Eastern. So, I mean, it kind of put him in a bad position. Yeah, because only Republicans seem to want to follow the law in most cases. Because Democrats create their own law. They don't believe they have to follow anybody else's law. They just create their own. You're welcome, Hugh. And some people believe, though, that the White House told Sessions to go ahead and testify. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, people say that Mueller should go, but Rosenstein said No. The Office of Professional Responsibility, Misconduct. I don't know if that's more about attorneys or not, Sean. I'm not exactly sure. I think the numbers that you've given us, the main number that can maybe they can help get you there. If you call that main number, the 202-514-2000, and just tell them that you want to speak to Rosenstein's office about Mueller, they'll probably know where to send you. And you may find yourself in a recording. That's possible, but I would leave a message and just let them know. Can Sessions end Mueller today? I don't think so, Angels, because Sessions recused himself from anything involving Russia. So it will be difficult if he tries to say that he has the authority to go remove Mueller. It's going to look weird. The one person that we know that can is Rosenstein, and he says he's not going to do it. Yeah, he said that earlier today. I heard it, and it was breaking news that came out. So, again, if the American public doesn't speak up and demand that he be removed because, one, there's a conflict, and two, Comey's already said there's no obstruction of justice by the president, then, it's not going to happen. Chrissy, even the FISA court found that the Obama administration were doing things inappropriately, and nothing happened. And it took them forever to get information. I wrote an article about it on my SusanKnowles.com. So if you want to go back and kind of, peruse the articles, you'll find it. I mean, it's they never got anything like a special prosecutor or special counsel called. I mean, if under Obama, there were many times that people felt that there should have been one appointed. Do I believe Trump is trustworthy? Is there any reason to believe he isn't? Try to find out what's really been going on in our country. Yeah, when you find out what's really been going on in our country, it's going to scare you really badly. Had to go take some more photos, so I'm sure he'll be back. Never. Um, so there are the numbers again for Shauna is putting them up. Everyone wants Trump out because they want the money in their pockets. Hey, Mike, good to see you. It is shocking. Everything about it is shocking. And here we go. Again, the Republicans just sit back and do nothing. I will say that Lindsey Graham, I was glad to hear, he came out the other day and said that former Attorney General Loretta Lynch should testify after Comey testimony of her allegedly telling him to call the Hillary Clinton investigation a matter. Trump getting paid $1 a year. Hey, Mike. And also Peter King, a Republican from New York, said that he wants to see whether Comey kept any notes regarding conversations with Lynch. So if it made him uneasy to talk to Trump, yeah, I mean, there's Lynch's second meeting. There's been plenty of meetings with him and it was Sarah Carter last night. She came out with a big scoop, but it's already been talked about because I remember hearing it before because what it is that Comey in July 5th came out and said what he said. Remember, he came up and said, I want to talk to you about Hillary Clinton. She's done all these things that I feel are bad, but we're not going to prosecute her, that type of thing. He came out and did that because of the fact that Loretta Lynch had met on the tarmac with Bill, and he'd also gotten hold of a memo or gotten wind of her saying that she was not going to prosecute Hillary and that she wasn't going to look into it too deeply. And so that's why he did what he did, because he felt that the DOJ's office had been compromised. And I think at the same time, he felt it would make him look bad. So Sarah Carter kind of came out and said the same thing. The only thing that new that she said was that there was an actual conversation between Lynch and Comey, in which he said something, asking her questions. Well, why are you doing that? And she said, if you're finished, you can leave, that type of thing. So she didn't want to answer any questions because she knew that if she said anything that could incriminate her, uh, Comey would go and tell on her, which Comey does tell on everybody except himself usually, but he did indict himself this time. So we'll see how far that goes. So he can have conversation after conversation with everybody else, but the president scares him. And somebody else brought up some information. I saw it yesterday that once again, coma caused by bronchitis. Oh my gosh, Beck, that's horrible. I mean, you can imagine how sick he is to be in a coma from bronchitis. But some of their testimony he talked about the grandfather clock again. So, no botulism, is that what it is? Oh, instead of bronchitis, botulism? Which one is it? Botulism. Okay, that makes more sense. Mike said deep state wants Sharia law to create chaos and lawlessness. Absolutely, Mike. Botulism. Well, you can imagine that, things aren't too refrigerated and cooked well over there, I'm guessing. That is the university student that was captured over in North Korea that was just let go today. And he's in a coma now because of botulism. Yeah, very horrible. I just can't even believe. And maybe they let him go because of the fact they couldn't take care of him. And they knew if he died, they would be in real trouble. I don't know. Hopefully that coma saved him. Oh, I hope so. Took a sleeping pill, fell into a coma. Washington Post is recording. Oh my gosh. Somebody else said he's been in a coma since last March. Tori said. You could also email askdoj@usdoj.gov. Botulism, bless his heart. I know. I don't know how long he's been in a coma. Who knows when all of this occurred? Cooking pork. Yeah, maybe, Dawn. Somebody else is saying he's been in a coma since March. Wow. I know. How would a sleeping pill put you in a coma? Yeah, make sure that you do call and email the DOJ because again, as somebody else said earlier, the left is already going to be calling, but they're going to be saying keep it up. And again, my thoughts about Rosenstein. I mean, he could be very much a Democrat himself. Who are we talking about? JBG. Well, we talked about a lot of things. We talked about Rosenstein saying that he's not going to remove Mueller. We've talked about the student that was captured in North Korea since 2016, was let go, but he's in a coma. He'll be back in the States tonight, the parents are reporting. Someone just said. Do we have majority? I'm confused. We do, Chrissy, but we don't exercise that. I think it's Virginia where the guy lives. I'm not sure. Is a student from Virginia? Does anybody know? Praying for his healing? Absolutely. Yes, he's from Virginia. I I don't know if that's really true about being in a coma since March. That doesn't sound good at all. I don't know how you come out of a coma that you've been in since March. I mean, it's possible, but that doesn't sound good. Now, I don't know if you guys heard this or not. It was kind of, for 40 days, Marlene, your mom was in coma. Wow. Someone has put him in a coma? How do you know that? All we know that he's in a coma, somebody said from botulism. And your mom's okay, good. Whew. Pretty amazing. I know people do come out of comas, but usually they're medically induced. Yeah, I don't know if it was medically induced or not. What does what mean? Medically induced is when if you're in so much pain, the doctors put you in a coma, basically. Now, does anybody know who the Democrat from Illinois, Mike Quigley, is? Yeah, Comey indicted himself. The doctor said, wow, your doctors thought your mother was brain dead. That's amazing. And they were wrong. Mike Quigley basically introduced on Monday, we heard nothing about this, the Covfefe Act in reference to one of, to Donald Trump's tweet. And basically, it's the communications over various feeds electronically for Engagement Act. So I guess he thought that would be funny and he would get in on it. Basically, what would happen is if that goes through and if it's passed, the bill is going to make it mandatory that Trump no longer is allowed to delete his tweets. Basically, anything that he has tweeted will be part of the official record. And in a way, what that does, in my opinion, it keeps him from feeling free to talk to the American people. They want to make it another type of thing where he can be. I don't know. To me, it's chilling free speech. Yeah, they want to stop him. They didn't stop Obama, and I don't know, maybe somebody else tweets for him, but it's ridiculous. Yeah. Thank you. Hello, how are you? And it's disguised the Republicans as a good thing, saying, "Oh, everybody should want this because, let's have everybody on the same rules, and this will be great." And because they know that they don't tweet, that if they do tweet, it's an intern, and they already have a script prepared for them, and they just type it out. So basically, they want to stop Donald Trump. They want to stop him from going there, and they want to make him have to go through the media to talk to us. And I think it's BS. And once again, yes, Ian, of course. Once again, they just want to make it difficult. Account suspended for Rod Rosenstein. They can't cut off our connection to the president. No, but they're going to try. And again, we need to step up and say, look, no, we don't want that. Thank you, Jackie. Seeing Chris Wallace Sunday, it was sick. Yeah. But we have to speak out. We cannot continue to sit back and do nothing. The ham radios. Mass food poisoning in Iraq. Did you say that? That's exactly what they're doing, ABA. They hope he's going to say something that he can't delete, and it's going to be something that's going to harm him. And it's one of those gotcha things. And it's exactly what they want to do. And this Democrat, using the Covfefe thing, taking something positive and turning it into something negative. Again, they are the masters of using the words to get their point across. Wow. 2 dead and 100 sick, Kim saying, in Iraq because of the food poisoning. The New England Patriots follow me. Yes, I know. Yes, we loved Covfefe, and we should continue to love Covfefe and not allow the Democrats to take it from us, because that's exactly what they're trying to do. Near Mosul? All right. Korea is not trending, can't refund tweet. Refund? It's Covfefe. It's something that Donald Trump tweeted. Okay, just wanted to be sure we love Covfefe. Yes, we love Covfefe. Not surprised there is food poisoning in Iraq. Yep. You now have Covfefe in your screen name, Amanda says. Bacon, bacon, bacon. Yes, Don says. Do I love English people supporting Trump and standing against globalists? I love anybody who's standing against globalism and loves the president. Yeah. Yeah, we don't know enough about. I see somebody mentioning Seth Rich. Seth Rich is still kind of an ongoing investigation, so we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. Again, Jerome Corsi has been talking a lot about Seth Rich. We are fighting evil, Robert, in a big, big way, and that's why every day we really need to pray for the president, for the vice president and the entire administration and for this country. It is not just, it is a spiritual battle. Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you so much for coming in today. Please retweet this if you will. Let's get the word out. Please, everybody, make those phone calls right now. Call the DOJ's office. 2 numbers that you can use: 202-514-2000, 202-353-1555. Let them hear your voice. Let them know that you do not wish for this investigation to continue because there's nothing to investigate, that you want Mueller removed. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you later. I'm going to go do my show now on God's views on political views, political news. So if you've got a chance, come over to Facebook, God's views on political news, if you want to see that. It's going to be live. Bye, Hugh. Have a great day. See you guys later. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Facebook, for coming on. Thank you very much, Periscope. Everybody have a great day. And thank you, YouTube, as always, for coming on. Please retweet this. Please give me a thumbs up if you will. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow and maybe later today. You never know. Take care.